What's up, everybody? It's your boy Moist Critaball back with another episode of Point and Laugh, the show where I make you a better deck builder and a worse person by means of osmosis. This week we're looking at a horse guy. Yeah, that's it. After that we've got an Urza deck, but not that kind. It's a funny one. It's a cute one. I just tell them to put Blightsteel in it. And finally, we've got somebody who's put all of Expedition 33 into Magic the Gathering, and I'm kind of thinking we gotta burn the whole thing down. Thank you all for your time. For everybody who subscribes to this video, I will take 1B out of my editor's shoes. Mango! Are you ready to go for that jog we talked about? No, I get it. Hey, Expedition 33, everybody starts at level 1. 5-color deck, no problem. I have Field of Ruin and a black source. On Hello, no Dragon Boy, not on Hello. On Hello, the Painter. And this is an Expedition 33 deck. Think about it. Think about it. What are we copying? Sadness, depression. We're copying heavy size. Okay, so this seems hardcore bracket 1. Oh my god, have we tagged every single card in this deck? First of all, wrong. This is just blatant disrespect on my boy Minoko. Minoko is so much cooler than a 3-mana 2/2. What the f are you talking about? No. We don't have a foot joke in here. We don't have an beater. We don't have a multi-tool player. This is bullshit. On Minoko's name. We're even tagging, oh my lord. Alicia in Mael's ending. The lacked punches, this is so adorable. There aren't a bunch of guys who fight with a bell and a stick. I would argue that is too literal an interpretation of Minoko's character. Minoko, dead ass, turns into a dog to fight people. So that means like shapeshifters are in play. I think the idea that we need to very literally have a man fighting with a bell on a stick is too narrow an interpretation of Minoko, but we will talk about that later. This is awesome. Well, I should be specific. This is awesome dedication. These are some wacky bad cards. We have Painted Alicia, Painted Verso, Gamage, Chalum, Chation, Gustav. This should be a creature that just dies for no reason. That's so good. The Monolith, hell yeah. Past Expedition, oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh, and we have the Paintress. I feel like the Painter should be other Elish Norn. Because like ETB, whatever, buffing things and evaporating things is definitely closer to the Gamage than Panharmonicon on a body. IMO. This is the only card other than Minoko I think I'm taking any type of issue with. Clea, oh, you're the f***ing devil. The Reacher, Dark Shores, Last Battle. That's hot. Refusing to acknowledge grief. Oh, yeah, okay. So let's talk about it this way, because we have, I think, 2 decks in front of us. You listed in the form, I would like all improvements you can think of, and also, I don't want any suggestions, just reactions. So before we go further, let's tighten that up, because bracket 1, I want to encompass the entirety of Expedition 33 in a deck, basically dead on perfect, with maybe the exception of the Paintress being the other Elish Norn. Full stop. If we want the deck to be the entire experience of Expedition 33, and you want to be able to drop a card and reference a different part of Expedition 33, and you want to get to the end of the deck and not have missed anything, A+, no notes. I take issue with it as a commander deck because I think we are experiencing the same problem movies have when they try to adapt books, which is that you are trying to adapt a thing that is so big into a package that is so small, we're prolapsing a little bit. Don't Google that. Like there is so much to cover that, as we saw in the playtest, the deck just straight up does not function. And that could be okay. Not every, like, again, bracket 1 exists for a reason. Some decks are not meant to function. Like the 99 is collapsing under the weight of trying to support so many just totally disconnected things. And so if you do want this to function, if you want this to be a great bit and a deck that plays Magic, I would suggest you scope in and focus on a subset of characters. And you can even make multiple decks that way. You could make your own line of Expedition 33 precons, but the problem you're having right now is you have what is like a 4, if not 5-part series that you're trying to do as one 2-hour movie. It almost gets there 50% of the time. Hey, I believe you, right? I'm certain that this playtest and the last playtest was totally full of shit. You're so right, bestie. Let's talk about what could be different, though, for no reason. Because think about it this way. When people play Expedition 33, very rarely is their first playthrough using every character, every weapon, and leveling up every picto. We figure out what we like the most and we focus on that. I'm at 118 hours. You're at about 100 hours. You cannot genuinely collapse that experience into a 90-minute commander game. You just can't. So that's my only point of contention with the deck. If you want to reach forward and try to get as much of it as you can, again, beautiful job. It's not going to translate well. And I think that's what happens when we go into the playtest and we're like, well, Crumb and get it. You guys know what this reference is, right? Like Path to the World Tree, I super get. You know, like when you go on a guided tour of a really big place and they just kind of rush you through everything? That's what I feel with this deck. We don't get a lot of time with any individual character. We don't get a lot of time with any individual equipment. We don't really have the ability to build on a lot of that stuff. And so somebody who doesn't know exactly as much about Expedition 33 as you do, this will be lost on them. And I know that decks are made primarily for ourselves, but they are also made for other people. It's a cooperative game. Everything we're doing is for ourselves and for other people. So my recommendation, my earnest recommendation, not trashing you, I think you would have more fun if we were info dumping less broadly and we just talked about like one specific model of train for 45 minutes. Like, we don't need to tell people everything about every train ever. You need to tell me about, you need to tell me about the Bachmann 00614 Ho Overland Limited Union Pacific. You need to tell me about a bullet train. Now for you, that can be a Verso build, a CL build, a Lune build. But what I want you to think about is like, how do I represent characters getting to endgame? I do not think that aspect of the game is represented in this. I think you have represented like YouTuber lore video about the game. You've done a really good job of doing that. If we want it to play better, pick your starting lineup and try to map out like, what do I actually need to represent to show these characters growing in power over the course of the game? And then I can build in synergies for them. I can build in like dedicated equipment upgrades. I can build in ways to support those equipment upgrades to represent when I go from like, oh, well, this is just the highest level sword I have, to this is a sword that cares about combat damage triggers, and so I'm going to support that with extra combats. I'm going to support that with double strike, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You could narrow it down even further, like Eric Baum is suggesting, but I think we just got to get get really fucking hyper fixated. I don't hate Super State, Lightning Lodell. Cheer, what's the flavor for the bad land base? The game. Every fucking land is tagged after something in the game, and honestly they work. Like, that's the flavor. So yeah, Super State I think is Painted Power, because it is also, you deal 1 million damage when you get Super State, which is very similar to what Painted Power is doing in the game. Yeah. As you attack, you get quest counters. When you have enough quest counters, everything is way better at fighting. That's like pretty dead on what Painted Power represents. It represents you being able to level up enough to deal shitloads of damage. Legion Loyalty, this would be a good one. Yeah. And it's another enchantment that your commander can hit. Duelist Heritage. There's a million good options for things we can pick once we narrow down. But right now, we're not running Duelist Heritage because we have to make room, of course, for Clea, for Painted Verso, and Painted Alicia, and the Barrier Breaker, and the Baguette, and the Final Expedition. Like, we have too many conflicting interests. So we have to narrow down our interests, and then we can get these like really good, really flavorful cards that will actually function on top of it. And then we can have like a bracket 2 deck, even like a deck we can play in bracket 2 that will play okay, and it will be very fun for you. So that's what I would do. I would say, no, you did not lie. Kinda. What's missing? Cards that play Magic. What add? I think once you pick your team, and again, you can make multiple versions of this deck. You can represent a team. You can represent one character at a time. You can represent different arcs of the game. But once you narrow the focus a little bit, you can begin to add depth to the flavor. Right now, we're a mile wide and an inch deep, and I want us to drill down. That being said, I will give you a running designation of peak. I think for silly, which is the lowest classification of power I offer, so for low power, I want an incredibly faithful adaptation of Expedition 33. You did that. No questions asked. It just sucks. Sorry to say, I love you. None of these videos would be possible without support from our patrons, so I'd like to issue a very special thank you to our highest tier patrons, Mr. Caldarius, Katya M, Solar Movie, Fun, Phelan, Bobby Joe Lord, and Calamity. Thank you all very much. Let's get back to the video. Spooky. Urza loots through the sand for power stones, then uses them to fund his irresponsible war crime inventions. We have Mono Blue Urza, so this is a 3-mana guy. You can spend 1 mana and tap him to draw and discard. When you discard 1 or more artifact cards, make a tapped power stone token. Only triggers once each turn. Okay, a good artifact card. Excellent. Unrepentant dogshit. Good artifact. Unrepentant dogshit. Okay, I'm finding the balance, but we have 3 lands, so we're going to let it rock. I can't help but notice we have 3 3-drops in our opening hand, and our commander is 3, so this calls into question your ability to count. Yeah, Island Pass. Island Pass, fear me. Ooh, we got Collector's Vault. Land, Urza, pass. We have Avish Raceway? Yeah, all right. Turn 4, my speed hits 1. I have a 1/3 with vigilance. I am not convinced I can get my speed up to 2. It lets us discard? When we get to max speed! We're gonna hold up Urza as a blocker. I'm gonna play Mazzolanti. On somebody else's turn, I will draw and discard. The Hell Vault. I can discard a creature I control or a creature you don't control for 7 mana. All right. This is probably what we're using the Power Stones for. This guy sucks, so you will become a Power Stone. On someone else's turn, then, we will activate Urza, draw, discard, we'll get a new Power Stone, untap on our turn. Land, Hell Vault. I'll use my Power Stones appropriately. So I have 3 mana remaining. All right, we pass. It's turn 5. We have our whole board presence is a 1/3. We draw and discard. I really don't want to discard any of my remaining artifacts. I think I need to, though, because I need to get the mana to start hell vaulting people. I then Collector's Vault, draw Conqueror's Galleon. Excellent. I make a Power Stone. Somebody else's turn, I draw. All right, land, pass. All right, we have an artifact we can discard. We can now go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At long last, I exile 1 opponent's creature. We've got him! We've got him! Boom! Take that. You looking for this? Power Stone, blue, ever-flowing well. Mill 2. All right. Draw 2. Woo! Woo! We have a trading post now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a goat war. Let them have it. We go to our turn. We are beaten to death inside the LGS. The shop owner looks the other way. There are 80 witnesses. The police show up and say, yeah, they just fell over, bro. I don't know what happened. 8 turns of clean dirtling. We trampoline the table. Fucking glorious. Okay, what's supposed to be happening here? Urza loots through the sand for power stones, then uses them to fund his irresponsible war crime conventions. So I would like to focus in on this primer. Did you lie? Hundy P. This is the primer. The word we gotta focus on is this. I do not feel irresponsibility emanating from any of these things. This bracket 3, whew, okay. I kind of want to put like just a decimal in front of the 3 and then we're good. Because what I'm feeling, we have Urza digs through the sand, gets power stones, funds massive machines. Right now, this is Urza is a real life archaeologist and is broke and dirty for a long time and then dies. That's what I'm currently feeling from this deck. Now, you have a ton of synergy in here. We were cranking power stones really, really quickly. The problem, we never hit anything that could be an irresponsible war crime invention. Like, do you know what would fix this deck near instantly? Constructs. You made so many artifacts. You were playing a number of like pretty expensive synergy pieces. You had a huge artifact count. We just need something on board that is scary. You're just missing. You have everything. You have everything but damage. If you can convert artifacts and autism directly to damage, Urza's got a shot, baby. These are the beatdown cards that I would play if I was playing against my friend who was playing their first game of Magic and I did not want them to get their feelings hurt. In bracket 3, this is what's on the table. You are paying 12 mana for Blightsteel Colossus. This is the war crime. Jonathan Bad Touch. I like Conformer Shuriken. I like Cityscape Leveler. I think we need to up the count of beatdown to like 15. Genuinely, I don't want you to take any of this too personal because a lot of your choices are good, but you have put too much in the cute basket and not enough in the beat you to death basket. And if you just move a couple pieces from the cute basket to the beat you to death basket, bro, I beat you to death with all my shiny rocks. We gotta think about it. Yeah, there's Cyberdrive Awakener too. I think this Karn would also be good. He could be like what's the person who like oversees a PhD thesis? He could be the professor you're studying under. Because you don't even have to do anything broken. If you just go like, oh, I make 2 Karnstructs every game, we're happy. Thesis advisor. You have kind of a shot with the Capitoline Triad because we're discarding so many things that are historic. Like, they're not going to be super meaty, but you have so many things that are historic and want to be in your graveyard that if you then make Karnstructs, base power 9/9, you make Urza 9/9, if you animate your Power Stones and then they become base power 9/9, like then we're killing people. Then we have, okay, he went into the desert. You are Lego Jesus. You've gone into the desert for many months. Nobody really knew what you were doing. It didn't seem that important. And then, over the course of 2 turns, we were beaten to death by Lego Rock'em Sock'em robots. I think that's the curve we want to be on. Versus right now, we're just on like big fidget spinner energy. I don't like mechanized production just because I don't personally enjoy it as a win condition. But if you want to get like, what is this in Civ 5? Is this like an economy win? I think so. Or maybe a research win. This could be an alt win con. Because you could get 8 Power Stones pretty quickly. Science win. Okay. Yep. Trying to fit these all in now. Okay, so let's see. What do I like the least? That's really bad. That's really cute. I love it for the theme. That's such a bad card. Holy shit. Oh, but you can cycle it. Never mind. Great card. I would cut this. Keep Hellvault. That was really funny. I love Frang Line. Trade this for something else, because now we are recommending to you token creatures as a way for you to win the game. You want something that is one-sided. There we go. Yeah. Desynchronization. Maybe we have that already. We have it already. Fuck. Run a second illegal copy of Desynchronization in your deck. Don't say I never did anything for you. Even this is fine. We just need more of it. Rummage and loot. On God, fuck this guy. If we're looking for like bigger, meatier swings, this is a guy who can go. I don't even want to know what this does on the backside. Crew 4, we're never doing it. Probably kill this. If you love it, then I'll look for something else. I do not love Kaito. I think he is, yeah, he's just here as a looter, and I don't think I think he is one we could cut for something that would be more useful. Definitely cut this. Oh, where's that stupid fucking draft card we saw in the playtest? Where is he? Where's that goddamn chipmunk? Cool Dingos! I'm begging you, hands and knees, all right? Please, get something that can deal damage. I'm begging you. I will do anything to make you play a functional version of this deck. Low key, I think you could cut at least 1 land. Because you're on 37, you have a lot of ways to cycle to what you need. You have a lot of ways to make lands. Oh, Scarecrow's really, really funny. You could do Mere Battlesphere. I don't think you have to. Cyberdrive would be another very, very good one to do. This is something you may be able to put back in the deck later. Right now, the amount of damage you're doing is 0. This, I don't think, fits the flavor. This will be up to you. This would be a really good card. I don't see what type of Tomb Raider shit you would have found this in. That is more Nightmare Fuel. Graz is great, though. Graz is awesome. Yeah, big, huge idiot. And then if we ever animate our Power Stones, they get bigger and huger. So you can continue to fiddle from here, but overall what I would say, we're not where we want to be on the primer. What we are missing is Irresponsible and War Crime. All we need to add, stuff that does damage. You have done a very good job developing the synergies of this deck. Right now, synergies of this deck is one of you are creating a professional academic. You know those people who like never actually do anything with the degree. They just use the degree to get another degree, to get another certification, to get another degree, and they use like, well, I'm just so busy with school as a reason where they never pursue romantic relationships, they never go on vacations, they never like further a career or some other type of vocational calling, they never exercise. Like that's what we've got going on right now, which is crazy accurate to Urza. And it sucks a little bit. We got to bridge the gap a little bit between this Urza and Henry Kissinger Urza. And then I think the deck's singing. So I'm gonna put you in real Megami Fushiguro hours because I think you have a lot of potential. All right, Kaiser Glider, silly spooky. Hello, Mauld. I'd given you a break from my nonsense, but with the recent influx of mono blue commanders printed before I was born, I knew what I had to do. Here is my last Three Kingdoms deck. It's the most functional one yet. Mono blue Voltron. Rage of the Riverlands. Following Wu's successful recapture of Jingzhou in 220 AD and the subsequent death of Guan Yu as a result, Sun Quan turned to Liu Zhan to save the kingdom. Liu Zhan would need to summon a miracle, else the Southland would burn. Oh, okay. Yeah, hell yeah, Colossus Hammer. That's a miracle, baby! Let's go! I'm kind of getting it. Apparently there's a beach episode too. I play a beach. Yeah, all of that text just for, this is a big hammer deck, by the way. All right, I play a beach. Turn 2, I play a hammer and a suit of armor. Turn 3, I kill a man. Turn 4, Liu Zhan. Oh, horsemanship. And on damage, you may draw a card. Fuck yeah, okay. So we go tap for 3. He's now a 4/6, has protection from everything but blue. All right, I swing. I hit somebody for 4. I swear to fuck, if this is the most functional deck we've looked at all day, I'm gonna fucking tweak. I swear to God, all right? If the Dynasty Warriors deck, based on actual history, is the most functional deck we see all day, I'm not gonna be all right. We get Traveler's Amulet. Holy shit, Teferi's Ageless Insight. We play an Urza land? We hit somebody, we draw 2. Holy shit, Soul Ring. Soul Ring, we get an island on someone else's turn. Turn 7. I give him a hammer. I play my power plant. I swing now. I swing a 15 power commander at somebody and I draw 2 cards. What region of China do these hail from, man? Where, like I know they've got a lot of different industrial niches there, but where is the Mike Wazowski factory in fucking 13th century China? Terracotta soldiers. My bad. My bad, you got it. All right, then we counterspell somebody. We can turn somebody into a salamander. We turn... Classic. Apparently classic punishment in Imperial China. I turn one of you into a salamander, I turn somebody else into a fish, and then I beat you to death. Oh my God. All right, then I play propaganda. Three Kingdoms period was 3rd century. Okay, so 3rd century punishment. I turn you into a salamander, a fish, and then I publish propaganda. I'm not sure if the Wikipedia editors are gonna let this deck through, but I sure am. All right, next turn. Strategic planning. That's really good. Plea for power, I like that too. We have an extra turn card. Yeah, you know what? Out to turn 9, I like this. This is definitely bracket 1. I think it is pretty functional for bracket 1. Or like, because we have removal, it kind of has to be like low bracket 2, right? Because I doubt I have to look at the tags. There's no way. Strike, like, okay, hold on. We can't see the tag correctly, but apparently turning somebody into a salamander is striking like thunder. That's fucking killing me. Combined with the propaganda, it's making me think of that Alex Jones clip of turning the fucking frogs gay, but instead of turning the frogs gay, we are potentially turning a gay creature into a frog. And that shouldn't make me as happy as it does, but it do. But it do. They're turning the fucking gaze frog. Hell yeah, sorcery speed, strike like thunder. Arsenal of the Southland. This is pretty hot. Yeah, we have enough, we're gonna hit something. Bounty of the Southland. Okay. Resource officers, adorable. Results of excess military spending. All right. Scenes from banks of the Yangtze. Sure, fucking sure, dog. The 5 veterans of Wu. So tutor, free equip, tutor, pretty decent stacks piece. The gateway into Wei and our victory. I'm kind of loving this. I do think if I'm gonna offer anything as a suggestion. I don't really think your deck starts until, like, the good stuff's not until 4 mana. We have a lot of really cute stuff, but I would want more 2 mana rocks if I was doing this. If we could add to Bounty of the Southland, I would want to be confident that I could play my commander on turn 3. Like, we have a horse. We should get there quickly. We're not limping alongside the horse. Because, like, this hand, we got 2 lands. I drop Terrifying Equipment turn 1. I drop Horrifying Setup Piece turn 2. I chill because I drew a tap land. Like, like, your curve is really, really short. You don't have to ramp really high, but we kind of gotta get to 4 to get stuff moving. So I would just move more into Bounty. God, Wizard class is so bad, but if Wizard class can't be played in this deck, it can't be played anywhere. One thing you could do that I think would be like on brand for the Bounty of a 3rd Century Kingdom is Sapphire Medallion, if you already have one. Because your curve is so low, the end game for you is probably multi-spelling. And so a medallion probably works out really well. So you could do that. You could also do, you would need more lands. You don't have enough lands. I don't know how this fits in to the chronology of 3rd century China, but this would be okay. Because I'm feeling the flavor. I don't know if I'm feeling the flavor on Trinket Mage specifically. Tribute Mage, kind of, you know? Hey, this is a messenger. They're bringing my great grandfather's sword. We got Elcraft suggesting Noble's Purse. Thank you for the first time chat, Elcraft. Wow, that's so bad it's good again. Oh, hell yeah, play this right now. That's awesome. My only concern for Sapphire Medallion is I wasn't sure if it gave enough value since half the deck is colorless stuff. That's a really good point. That's a really, really good point. Let's do a playtest where we swap the first card I don't like with Sapphire Medallion and just see how it goes. This is Sapphire Medallion. I play a land, I pass. I play a land, I play Sapphire Medallion, I play Emery. I mill 4. I play this guy for the 3 mana that I do have. Don't think I can play anything in my graveyard. Hit a land. I get my 1 card. I foretell Raven form. I kick a problematic creature and I play Colossus Hammer. Or I could not foretell Raven form and just pay for Colossus Hammer, kick into the Royal, and also get a card, which also seems good to me. Go for my hit, draw a card, plea for power. Also, they don't give me an extra turn. And then with the reduction, I can Raven form something. Then I'm gonna go to end step, discard that to hand size. All this has really stopped is we have had things to do that are not play Sword of Vengeance. We have things to do other than play Sword of Vengeance. So I do think it's up in there. I think it's 50-50. I think you're right that you have so much colorless stuff that you may not want to do that. If you don't want to do that, get fucking stupid. The Southland is so bountiful, everybody can get some. We're like low bracket 1, bracket 2. We're politicking. This is a trade agreement. You know what? We're getting them. That's what I'm saying. That's not bad. Because this is cute. It's really slow. It does have a plan. It is functional. We are eventually handing, like, this is eventually a Dynasty Warriors playthrough. I give my big guy on a horse the biggest hammer you've ever seen, and I fucking go to town. You could go, here's my problem with Extra Planar Lens. Ton of mana, right? At 3 mana, or on turn 3, we want to be casting our commander. I would rather have the lands and the 2 mana ramp to guarantee that I got my commander. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to suggest the Humble Wayfarer's Bauble, just because you have such a low land count. Like, the thing that gets a land to hand, fuck that. That is not enough. We gotta gamble. We gotta gamble on having 3 lands drawn and an extra land put on the field by turn 3. I think Myriad Landscape I think it's in there, 1. I think it's too slow for what we want. Really, the only thing I'm coming down hard on is turn 3 have 4 mana. This is not turn 3 have 4 mana. This is turn 3, probably slower than that, but turn 3 ramp to 5, which is not as important as untap with 4, not even untap. Go to main phase 1 with 4 mana on turn 3. Let's reset. Did we lie? No. I like this. What's missing? We just got to get a little active. Okay, so anyway, we clean all of this up. I think it runs a little bit better. I think we've got something pretty good. I think it's relatively functional. I like it the most out of all of the 3 Kingdoms decks you have shown me. But Kaiser, great effort. Enjoy your new hammer. Thank you for submitting.